What's going on, guys? It's time for that recap. Couple things I want to go over. I traded so many things today. I traded a future today. Now, I got scared out of the position, so I sold early. I made 60 bucks on it. But if I had just held on, man, I'd be up like 400 bucks right now or something. I'll go through that. I traded the SPY. I traded the SPY options. I traded SEDG. I traded BLIN. Winners across the board. Some great trades. Some frustrating moments on BLIN. I'll go over everything. Stay tuned. This one is going to be a long one, so I apologize in advance for the length. I'm going to have to edit this for like an hour. Maybe, but we'll see. So anyways, first off, I forgot to tell you guys yesterday because I was so rushed that I'm finally monetized. So thank you guys so much for watching all of the videos that you've watched and subscribing. I'm finally monetized. Apparently it won't show me yet or something. It's delayed. It will be available soon. So that's why you guys are starting to see ads and stuff on the videos. It was so funny because the first ad that I saw, I think it was like on this video, or no, it's today. It was on Friday's video. This video here. The first ad that I see is Ross Cameron, and I was like, oh no, what have I done? So let's see this. Yeah, ads on my video. Like, this is crazy to me. I've never, and of course it's a Warrior Trading one, but yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much. That's crazy. I've gained. Look at this. Sorry, we'll do some analytics, just a little bit before we trade. If you don't want to watch this, just skip ahead to the trades. Like my watch time in the past 28 days is like 140,000 minutes. I've gained over 500 subs in a month. Like, that is nuts. Even overnight, like, there's constantly people watching these videos. Like, there was 7 people between 4 and 5. There was 9 people. Like, there's just always people watching now, which is, again, just so crazy to me. What's some other cool stuff in here? I don't know. I don't know if there's anything that's cool. I get so many comments now. I get so many likes and a couple dislikes here and there. You know, whatever. That's fine. Like, the views are just crazy. Like, this is just me, again, just turning on the microphone and rambling, and apparently you guys find it useful. So I'm happy that that's the case. But in any case, yeah. So it's been improvement. You know, before I had that big day, my views were much lower. We were always in the 300 range. See if I can go lower here. Yeah, 300, 300, 400, 300, 300. Pretty much always just 300, 200. So there's been a steady growth, obviously, which is awesome. I want to keep going and going and going. If you guys ever have anything that you think would make this channel better, let me know below, or join the Discord. And just message me privately if you want to talk. I always talk to people. People are constantly messaging me on here. That'll be in the description as well. So let's just get into the trades. So I'm still in one trade. I'm still in a SPY put. So let's just go over all of the trades on the SPY first. So what I did here was I got short. Okay, so I was actually calling it in Discord. I'll find where I said it because it was such a good call. I said that I wanted to get short on the SPY at 290. Literally, right here is 290. So the SPY had made a big move downwards, and I said, I want to get short towards these lows, but I said 290. What time is this? 9:56. So somewhere in here, right here, literally right here, I said, at 9:51, looking for a SPY entry at 290. If it comes back up, I'll take puts. I didn't even follow my plan precisely, but at 9:51, that was right here, I said if it comes back up to 290, I'm taking it. So I took 5 contracts. I'll show you the contracts, but I took 5 of them in here. at this level when we hit these lows. And then as we hit 290, boom, I doubled to full size. Well, maybe not full size, 10 contracts. And it wicked. I put in my stop immediately. I think I would have been down 120 bucks or something. And then it just started to just falling like crazy. So these are the actual contracts right here. I don't know how the chart's going to look because I don't have the data for the chart, so it might just be triangles in the middle of nowhere. Kind of works. So like I said, as it was coming up, I was buying the first puts, so they're getting more and more worthless, or not worthless, but like lower in price. And then right when we hit that 290 at 9:58, you can see the time down here. 9:58, I doubled. Where is it here? 9:58, or I was adding. Okay, so I was adding into that. I think I added it all within the same minute, so it just looks like one candle. But I added to 10, and then I was starting to sell up here towards 10 o'clock, 10:02. So if we go back to the SPY, 10 o'clock, 10:02. So this was my entry up in here, and I was selling a little bit early because my entry wasn't perfect. So I wanted to take a little risk off the table, and I think that was a mistake because I should have been holding for my ultimate target of where I was selling the later contracts right in here at 10:02, 10:03, but I was selling the first ones early in here. And I probably gave up $150 in profit on that. And I always say that if you get the entry, don't screw up the exit just because you don't want to be wrong, right? So I was selling in here, and there's no reason to sell in here. If it had come back up and stopped me out, that would have been a better trade than selling in here, because this is selling early. That's it. That's all I have to say about that. Now, I'm still holding on to a Friday put, and I bought that somewhere in here, and you can see that contract. Again, the chart looks stupid. I took one contract, so $1.20, so 100 or $1.22, so 122 bucks of risk if it goes to zero. So it's just doing its own thing right now. I don't really care about that right now. I just want to be exposed to the downside if it comes. So my other trade on the SPY was, I think it was right here. As we came up and we tested this level right here that I had drawn out, it's a kind of a $0.25. So we bounced off of it, we came back down. There was a low, I think there was a low, no, that wasn't it. Never mind on that. So we came back down to this level, we came back up over it, we came back down again. Once we hit right here, I took a future. I sold, or I shorted the ES future right here as we came back up, and I got scared because it was only one contract, but the margin on these are crazy. Like, you buy one for like $3,000 and you have 144, like, it's not going to work right now, but if I just click on buy one, you need 3,000. I guess you guys know how much I keep in my account now. The margin that you need is $3,300, but you take a position size of $114,000. So that's nuts. That's like a 25. I'm not even gonna try that math, but the margin on this is crazy. So when it moves, you're up or down a lot real quick. So I thought I was in the wrong future. I thought I was in the SPY future and not the mini, and I wanted the mini. So again, beautiful entry, like beautiful entry right up here where I wanted it. And it moved all the way back down to these lows where I would have sold, but I sold here and I still made $60. So imagine if that had that was on a 0.4% move. Imagine on a, oh my God, I would have made literally five times that amount if I'd have just held on. They're scary, I don't really trade them that often, but I thought I would try it out. I'm up pretty big on the day, so I said, screw it, let's just try it. So that's my experience with the future. Again, it's the same trade idea. Regardless of what I used to trade it, I was kind of just scalping a quick level here down back to the lows again, and it would have worked. I just sold early. Whatever. It was still kind of fun. A little scary. Now, BLIN. Let's go over that. This one was interesting. So, I got in BLIN pre-market. I think I have a video for it. Where does the video start? Yes, so I'm already in BLIN. I got in right... Oh, come on. I got in right here at... what is that, 921? Yeah, 920. Only 200 shares at 882. My level was 884, was yesterday's high. So I said, I'm willing to take the risk. That's it. Let's just get in. And I wanted to see what happened at the open. So at the open, I got a really, really good ad here. Only to 300 shares. And this is where it all goes bad. I try to sell. I don't know why I'm not getting filled. I have it set to prefer rebate rather than prefer fill on Interactive Brokers. So I think that's why sometimes I don't actually get filled on my orders. Because it's trying to give me like a better rebate instead. Like using a certain route. So this was super frustrating. So I don't get filled. I'm trying to like... The orders were so delayed. And then I'm out and I'm trying to get back in. And I'm literally... My bid is higher than the ask and I don't get filled. Because I see it moving higher. I see that we've stalled out at $9. We're above VWAP. This kind of looks like it's curling upwards. And I can't get in. Now I finally get in... Like my orders are above the ask. And I'm trying to move them up because it's still not filling. And I'm like, what the And then it finally fills me. I'm in a lot higher than I want. I am a little frustrated at this point. But I do see that this is wicking. And it's getting higher and higher. And I know my trade idea is that this is going to continue to move higher towards 950. So I add a little bit more here. At 880 to 400 shares, I put in my stop, and then we're good to go. I'm just waiting to sell. I get wicked out. This is where my stop placement will come into play. So you guys know that sometimes I put my stops in really terrible places, and that's exactly what happened here. I put it under the low of this candle, when in reality I probably should have put it down here a little bit lower, but it was because of my average. My average is 895, so I couldn't afford to hold that long. So maybe the stop is actually good and I should have just not added or whatever it is. So in any case, I get stopped out and then it gets bought up violently and I go, "Oh my god, it's it takes off without me." Oh, on 400 shares, you know, from 880 to 930, that's $200. So I'm just so frustrated right now. I'm trying to get in. I'm trying to get in at like any price now because I know that this is moving higher. It just is so obvious to me that this is moving higher. There's so many people popping up on the bid and it's just I can't get filled on anything. So look at this here, look. I try to scalp it over 940, 37, 38, 39. Where is it? Once it comes back up, I try to buy in 1,000 shares. 1,000 shares right there. You can see my order is in. I don't get filled, and we're already up at 474. That would have been the sickest scalp. I would have had like $350 right there because I was so sure of that move. That's why I took that kind of size. Now I left my order there, and I'm still not getting filled. I'm still not getting filled. My order is not even here. I don't know what the hell's going on. It's just so frustrating when this happens, and I do finally get filled on this order. And I'm in 1,000 shares now at 945, and we're already up to 970. I'm trying to sell. It's moving higher. 972, and the bid is at... Oh, man. So at this point, I'm just spamming the hotkeys. I'm just like, sell. I think I'm clicking here, close position. I'm just like, just get me the hell out of this. This is bullshit. I'm pissed off. Just get me out of this. Like, I don't like what's going on. I get filled 500 shares at whatever price it was right here, maybe 975. It's just so frustrating. I have no idea what's going on. I get another 200 filled, and then I go, okay, just relax. Just hold on to some. but I eventually sell. I sell another 100. I'm putting in like stops right now. And then as it pushes up towards $10, you know, I sell the last 100. I'm all out for 315. So that was fine. This trade was fine. I was just pissed off that the orders were not getting filled. There's not even that much volume. Things were just not working out well on that trade. And it was the broker. I need to change to prefer fill, or just take it off of prefer rebate, because maybe I think the routes I was trying to use were not active or were not whatever, because I couldn't even see my orders. Like, they weren't getting filled. I mean, you saw that. So that trade was good. The trade idea was good. My entry was great, and my exits were pretty good. I knew it had room up to $10 from this high here, so maybe I could have held on to more, but I think given what was happening with my orders, that was a good time to sell. Now this trade in here was also very good. You can see my entries were good, but then I have that stop out on, that always happens to me. I have that stop out on support. So I need to learn why that happens, and it's usually because I start to add higher and then I stop out as it comes down. So I think it's just more discipline that I have to have. Like, stop trying to add in the middle of nowhere. And I took less size so that I could weather this drop, but then even then I stopped out early. So it's either use even less size or don't take it, or if you use less size, let it run a little more, because you can afford for it to drop further on less size. So then that was good, but then I rebought 100 shares right here because I thought it was gonna kind of move back up, and then we had the 1 minute candle rejection, and I was in this whole thing minus 10% on 100 shares. What did I lose? $8.60. It was almost $1 per share on 100 shares, because I was up 300 something, 330, and now I'm up only 220. So what I could have done here was just had a stop. I didn't even have a stop. I don't know. Sometimes when I take those 100 share positions, the really like ultra small position size, I don't take, or I don't put in a stop, and I keep doing that. And it's not acceptable, because I could have been up on another $100 today. So that was not good, but it's good that I had less size. I knew that if it dropped, that I would be exposed, and I didn't want to have big size. If I had 1,000 shares, I'd be down like $800. Like, it's just not acceptable to do that. So I only took 100 shares. So that was good. So my last trade, let's just wrap this up. I don't want to make this too long. My last trade that we'll go over is SEDG. It wasn't the last trade I took. It was actually right after BLIN. I saw it flagging right here. I saw it kind of coming back down. It got bought up off of VWAP. It was coming down, down, down. Right here. Did I see it? I think it was pre-market highs. Yeah, this was like right around pre-market highs right here. So as it was stuck on that level, I said the risk to reward is really good. If it breaks down from this, I can sell. So I bought in, I think it was, how many shares? Oh, only 100 shares, because that was right after the BLIN loss. So I didn't want to go crazy. I didn't want to revenge trade or increase my size. So I only took 100 shares, and I made over $1 per share. I got in here at $52.92, and I sold at $54.09. I was selling for the break of 54. I didn't know if we would get up to the highs here. I only had 100 shares, and my lowest hotkey, you know, is 100 shares. So I sold up here. So that was a really good trade. My trade idea was good. The entry was good. The exit, the management was all perfect. Maybe if I had more shares, I would have sold. Like if I had 300, I'd sell 200 here, and then hold the last 100 for a break, or like just have a stop at break even. But I only had 100 shares, so that's why I did that. So anyways, that was today. Today was really good, but there's always lessons to learn. There's lessons on the SPY, there's lessons on the future, there's lessons on BLIN. I think SEDG was the only one not to learn from necessarily. Maybe just taking more size, but we know why I didn't take more size. So hopefully those are some useful lessons. If you guys have questions, comments, leave them down there. Other than that, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one.